Our health is a result of our habit. This is what creates your health. So you have a lot of power. We have a free community on Facebook called Smoothie Shred, where people can come to learn more about how to create a better metabolism. But the reason that I bring it up is I notice that there is a tendency often for people to post questions asking about what they could get away with. Like, do you think I could still get results if I add peanuts? Do you think I could still get results if I only eat ultra processed items once a week? Do you think I could get away with having ham on Easter and then not losing all the results that I got, right? That there's this tendency for people to look for loopholes. Is there a way I can get away with X, Y, Z and still get the result? And sometimes, yes, sometimes people get away with it. Right? What we teach is optimal nutrition for cellular repair, cellular recovery, immune function, energy, metabolism. Can people get a good life with less than optimal? Many can. But I just want to bring your attention to whether or not you're looking for that. Are you looking for reasons to stray or hold back? Or are you looking for the fast path to recovery? I just met with someone today, wonderful woman, loved talking to her, really, really interested in the mechanics behind how your brain affects your immune system and your health and your gut. And also trying to learn more about now how nutrition does and which one is more important or this or that. And my answer was yes, they all are. But as gung-ho as she is about learning all these things, she's not 100% committed to her diet. And I had to point that out, right? That your brain is saying, I want all the information. I want all the information. But it's like riding a bicycle where you have like the kickstand down, dragging in the dirt, slowing you down, right? You're not going full speed ahead. Your brain's full speed ahead, but your body is not along for the program. Emotionally, you're not full speed ahead. And so a lot of times I find that people are very interested in the information. Maybe you go to every talk there is about health, nutrition, neuroplasticity, emotional health, all that stuff. You can name every expert, you've read all the books. But what matters is if you're doing it. Are you doing everything you've learned? Or are you learning a lot and then comforting yourself that the act of learning is going to heal you without you having to take all the actions? So that's one, right? It's like when people meet me and they say, I bought your book 3 years ago. I just never read it. And I go, that's called shelf help. It's on your shelf. But it's not helping you. It's not self-help. It's shelf-help, right? So are you one of those people that accumulates information and you kind of distract yourself with the information rather than actually doing everything you're learning to get the result? And are you looking for loopholes rather than fast track? Both of those are subtle ways that you can sabotage your ability to get the results. When I'm trying to accomplish something new and I'm trying to learn something, I always try to figure out what's the optimal way to get the result. That's what I want. That's created so much success in my life is I want to know what is like, how do I learn the most about this? The reason I went to Carnegie Mellon, if you've heard of the school, you know it. If you haven't, it's a very nerdy school, but it's very known for innovation and science. I chose that place because of that the minds of the professors that went there were focused on innovation and taking information and bringing it together to create new ideas, to improve science, to improve, how computers run, what they were doing at NASA, even through the biological sciences. It was a place of innovation and excitement about academia. And I thought, okay, if I go there, I'm going to optimize my ability to not only learn science, but use science and innovate science, right? Where is the place that you can go? I could have gone to other places. I got a full scholarship to another college, but it wouldn't have been a place of innovation. It would have been more like I can learn what they know and get good grades and get a good job, but it won't be optimal. So I've always I get very excited about things. I don't know if you ever noticed, I tend to be very excited about things. And when I'm excited about something, I want to do it the best way. So I want you to channel that. If you are excited about the idea that you can change your health, and you can. Our health is a result of our habits around our diet, our habits around sleep, our habits around work, our habits around how we talk to ourselves, our habits around our moods. This is what creates your health, okay? So you have a lot of power, right? There's a lot of things we don't have control over, but there's a lot of power that you have. The question is whether you're using your power to optimize your life or whether you're telling yourself you are while looking for ways to slow down. So think about that. That is my advice for you for today, is to really think about that. Are you harnessing all the power that you have and going full speed ahead? You know what? Why would I eat even a bite of a candy bar if that's going to slow me down from healing my kidneys or getting my joints to feel better or getting that energy that I want? That's going to take me away from my goal, but I'm trying to go full speed ahead, kick up that kickstand, and now use those legs to pump that bike and go full speed ahead. So I want you to pay attention to that, because I know from all the people that I've worked with over all these years that what matters most about your health right now is going to be the actions that you take. Sometimes people really want me to massage their brains with like all the whys and hows, but you don't need to know how a combustion engine works to drive a car. I want you to learn how to drive the car, and I want you to use the car to get to where you want to go, instead of looking for ways like, I wonder if I could use cheaper fuel than the fuel it says on the car. You could, but you might not get as far. You might break down. Right? The example I've given before is my car broke down once. We were out of gas. Okay. I won't say who used the car last, but somebody didn't refill the tank and I was stuck. And it was in California. So it was like a community. This is where I did my residency. It was in a community with people with boats. And I knocked on doors to see if anybody had gas. And one guy had boat fuel. And I said, can you use boat fuel in a car? And he said, yes, but the check engine light will come on because it's not the right fuel. But if as soon as we give you the fuel, you go to the gas station and you put the correct fuel in, then after about 3 fill-ups or so, the check engine light will go off again and you'll be fine. And it was true. He put the boat fuel in, immediately check engine light came on, but the car turned on. And I was able to drive to the gas station, filled up the tank, and then after about 3 fill-ups, the check engine light went off again. What are you doing for yourself? Are you putting the wrong fuel in and it's getting you places, but you don't really feel very good, you don't have great energy, you're in a lot of pain, you're dragging? Well, then you got to change the fuel. If you want to go farther and faster and last longer and feel healthier, you got to put the right fuel in. And in the beginning, it might not be, you might not fully feel it. The check engine light might still be on. And maybe you got to check other factors. Maybe you got to check your stress. Maybe you got to check your sleep. Maybe there's other things. But ultimately, if you keep putting the right fuel in and you keep taking care of yourself, that check engine light comes off, and we call that disease reversal, right? And you start feeling good. But for some folks, what I see is they are mostly putting in the high octane good stuff, but then once or twice a week or once or twice a month, they're putting a little boat fuel. And they're like, why won't my check engine light ever go off? It's the boat fuel. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about, are you using the information, the time I donate, all the things that you've learned, are you using it to optimize and go faster? Are you finding ways to slow down or maybe even stop yourself subconsciously? If we bring it out in the open, we can treat it.